universities, which has relied on, of course, as we know, international students. It's the fourth biggest export in the country. Now, that's obviously come to a shuddering halt. So now where is the money coming from? And this is actually what has been discussed in Senate estimates yesterday. Michael Spence from Sydney University was speaking there.
And he was very critical about this new policy or the new system that's being rolled out, isn't he?
Yes, so he said that if it was submitted as a paper to in an academic forum, it'd be sent back for revision.
Well, I guess he can be a little bit more open than some of the other vice-chancellors because we know that he's leaving that position, right. So he's probably able to say a little bit more than perhaps some of the others. But
yes, although Margaret Gardner from Monash University has also been talking about it as well. Today, Dan Tehan is having a discussion with the UTS Vice-Chancellor and also Margaret Gardner from Monash and a couple of other people, looking at what is the future, what is the way to, rearrange the funding of it, because obviously in this environment we've relied on universities for all of the work around, with the science of the pandemic and what we're going to do, around vaccines. But it's also, we're now talking about a manufacturing-led recovery, which of course has its core in the universities and higher education.
But we have been hearing for many years that there is a structural problem with the way funding has happened in Australia's universities, relying on overseas students and the knowledge that, well, we've got a fractious relationship with China, where most of them come from, but also the fact that you're kind of making it a Ponzi scheme in its own way. So
you've got two funds.
We also know too that a manufacturing-led recovery, it does, and you've done this, Cassie, this topic, it does favour male workers over female workers.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and employees of university sectors, have a very big female representation. There's no job seeker for many of the people who are employed session-wise. Their sort of contracts come to the end, and so they don't have a 12-month pattern of employment, which has been really difficult.
Yeah.
Huge issues. I mean, it's not just the academics. People think this is just all about the academics. In fact, it's about all the people who run cafes there or build universities, who look after the grounds. It's about, just looking out the studio window here, there's
Yes, librarians and, administrative staff.
People who are serving all the equipment and, huge infrastructure.
And then all the international students, which, drove so much tourism, not just from themselves, but their families and friends coming to visit them here. I mean, there's a huge, huge hole that does need some significant... Anyway, we're looking at that this morning.
Well, our thoughts are with everybody at University of New South Wales.
And I'd love to hear from people as well.
Staff being told today 256 positions will be made redundant, so it's going to be a pretty tough day for a lot of people.
Yeah, good one. Thank you.
Thanks, Cassie. Cheers.